Hello, this is Nicula. Welcome to the Dash Show. Today's topic is online voting. Online voting has been in use in Canada for over a decade, municipal level, municipal elections, and we're now talking about putting online voting at federal level. This is going to help us move from a system, a political system where we vote on political parties or candidates to voting on issues. And that will enhance our democratic system. Security has come a long way. If 10 years ago people would say the online voting is not secure, that's not the case anymore. Government and businesses are operating online, so that's not an issue anymore. So we're asking the question, are we ready for online voting? Enjoy the show.
Hey, welcome to the Dash Show. My name is Dave Barclay. Today we're talking about online voting, which is something that's done on a computer. And coincidentally, we have an expert who is a computer. Just kidding, he's a man who lives inside a computer. Just kidding, he's joining us via Skype. His name is Dr. William J. Kelleher. He's the author of the book Internet Voting Now. We also have Michael Nicula. He is with the Online Party of Canada. And we also have two ordinary, everyday folks, Kevin and Nella. We have the first question from Kevin.
If I could ask, in terms of being able to vote online, it would be a lot easier if any of our experts can give me maybe just a general idea of why I'm not able to do that yet.
Online voting is being used in Canada at municipal levels, local elections, for more than a decade. So it's not something new. It's an option. You can vote in person, you can vote ahead of time through advanced ballots, or you can vote online. So this is not a new concept here. What happens is in Canada we have elections at local, provincial and federal level, and they are organized by different electoral bodies. And provincial elections, as well as the federal elections Canada, they have not yet recognized online voting, and they're not permitting it. If you go on the website of the Elections Canada, you will see that there's a lot of discussion about bringing online voting into the process. So we are heading in that direction, but not as fast as the technology basically allows us to move.
Michael, I really enjoy visiting church basements, so I really like going to those every 4 years. Can I still visit church basements every once in a while, even if I'm online voting?
You can visit even, you can see YouTubes of church basements if you want. That's up to you. Voting in church is not permitted. Church is not a democratic society. But Canada should be, and we actually say it is a democratic society. And what we have right now in this country is it's a democratic system that is not working as democratic as it could be, because what we do is we elect certain people based on their colors or based on their name, and then we rely on her to do business on our behalf. However, they can do whatever they want after we elect them, and we know that very well that that's what they do. And there's no recourse. The only thing we can do is to wait 4 years and then vote for somebody else. But then who are we going to vote for? We're going to vote for Liberals and then 4 years later for the Conservatives. But it's the same political establishment. So what we're trying to do at Online Party of Canada, we're trying to show people that there's another option. There are 19 registered political parties in Canada, and most Canadians only know about 3 or 4. So we want people to go online and learn about these parties. Online Party of Canada is just one of them. We are promoting online voting since we came about, and we are asking actually to a modernization of the political system, so people would not vote on platforms or political parties or colors. They would vote on specific issues.
Bill, is e-voting secure enough?
Internet
voting is very secure. There have been hundreds of trials all around the world, and there's been no reports of security breaches or technical failures, except for one little one, and that was in Toronto. The NDP had a nomination vote, and they had what they call a denial of service attack. And it held up the voting for about 45 minutes, and then they continued. But that was under the 2003 security technology, and now in 2011, the security technology is much better.
Bill, I don't know if you saw the movie Hackers with Angelina Jolie, but a lot of people think hacking is pretty sexy and cool. Are you worried that sexy, cool hackers are going to hack into the system?
I'm not worried about anybody hacking into the system. The security for internet voting is every bit as reliable as the security for banking or any form of e-commerce, international transfers of money. So we have the technology, and there's not going to be anybody hacking into a voting system.
Not even Angelina Jolie.
Why there is this perception that e-voting is not secure? Why people think that way?
When internet came about 20, 30 years ago and became mainstream, people thought of many ways to use it. From just connecting university databases to, can we do business on the internet? Can we do tax reporting on the internet? Can we do voting on the internet? So 20 years ago, people concluded that internet is not secure enough. And indeed, the technology was not up there. We were dealing with Windows 98, which had a lot of flaws, Windows Me, Windows 2000. So those versions of the operating systems had a lot of flaws, security flaws. And you probably know, if you own a PC, there were lots of security updates coming from Microsoft, and then each application had its own problems, and there were security issues all over the place. But in 2011, we can say that the security is now at par with banking, which people trust as being the standard in internet security. So we can make the system as secure as we want. On the Online Party of Canada website, we ask members to submit a membership form in writing with a signature, and that is required by Elections Canada to register the party. But we can go as far as requiring people to go to ID centers where they would have to show 2 pieces of ID, and they would be given a secure ID token that they would use when they log into the website, just like any secure network works for businesses. So we can go as far as that. So the question is how much security we want to put into the system, is not if we can put security in the system. I would say it's not worth to put that much security, because more security means makes it more complicated to use. I would say if we make it at least as secure as the current system is, which is not secure, not perfectly secure. Online voting is fine, but it would be much better if we modernize the political system using online voting, of course, but we should be voting on particular issues and not let the politicians that we elect decide on our behalf, because in many cases they actually make decisions that go against what the majority of Canadians want.
I think Michael's idea is great, to have people voting on specific issues. Referendums and initiatives are a great way to increase the voters' power in the political system. And so I think the online party is really showing their support for increasing the power that the ordinary citizens in Canada can exercise.
All right, thanks very much for joining us for another episode of The Dash Show. Thanks to all our panelists. Thank you to William J. Kelleher. You can check out his book, Internet Voting Now. You can check it out on Amazon. Also, thank you, Michael Nicula, and also our other panelists, Nella and Kevin. See you later. Look, everyone, we've been talking a lot about online voting and making things a lot more democratic. Well, you know what I think would be a lot more fun is to make things less democratic and not vote at all anymore. I think we should go back to monarchy, kings and queens, and there's a few reasons that kings and queens are really awesome. Number one, they wear crowns. A lot of people aren't wearing crowns these days. That's a fashion that's gone out of style, unless you happen to be at Christmas and pulling a cracker and wearing a paper crown. There's a price to pay when you're wearing a paper crown, though. You have to go through a loud noise from the Christmas cracker, which gives rise to the classic phrase, with great power comes loud noises. Another thing is that Wayne Gretzky is a great Canadian hero, and he was a Los Angeles king. We also have the band Queen, which told us that fat-bottom girls make the rockin' world go round. And they wouldn't have had that piece of wisdom if they hadn't been blessed by God with royal blood. Thank you. My name's Dave Barclay, pro kings and queens and monarchies, no voting. Thank you.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the discussion. I think we have a real opportunity to modernize the political system in Canada and move from voting on political platforms or parties to voting on each individual issues, and that will enhance our democratic society. You don't have to agree with me. If you have a different opinion, you can comment and vote on the website. There are multiple issues on this topic. You can go on www.onlineparty.ca and have your say. Thank you for watching the show.